Good Thursday afternoon. It's just after 3:30 as I'm recording this update, which is brought to you by Robothan, Mackay, and Marshall. I'll start this update by showing you the Paddy's Pond fire footprint, and those squares there indicate the fire's footprint over the last 7 days. Now we know it hasn't been burning for the last 7 days, but that is a good thing because as you see there on your screen, all of those tiles were picked up more than 24 hours ago, meaning the fire is not burning very hot while it is still burning. And hopefully today's improvement in the weather, even though it's warm, it's humid, we've seen some showers, we'll see more showers over the next couple of days. The weather seems to be aiding in the suppression efforts around this fire. That being said, we are still looking at evacuation notices in effect. So for the Southlands area, Galway, St. John's, we are not looking at any orders, but that evacuation notice is still in effect, at least as of this recording, which again is just after 3:30 in the afternoon. That could change at any point. Paradise, still looking at that evacuation notice. Same thing for parts of Conception Bay South there in yellow, except the Three Island Pond area where we are looking at that mandatory evacuation order. This is the Kingston Fire's footprint over the last 7 days, which is now over 8,000 hectares in size. And what you'll notice here is there's a lot more color. Those blocks represent when the last hotspot was detected by satellite. Anything red is within 1 or 3 hours, and orange is 3 to 6 hours. And I guess the lighter orange is 6 to 12 hours. And what you are seeing here is the fire seems to be active today quite far inland, at least when you're looking at where Kingston and Perry's Cove are, but it is still pretty active near Ochre Pit Cove, Smooth Cove, and into the area around Northern Bay. And the town of Small Point, Broad Cove, Blackhead, Adams Cove has confirmed the loss of more structures from this fire, and my heart goes out to all those that are directly impacted by it. This is the Martin Lakes fire footprint, and that fire has been measured at 306 hectares from the latest update from Fisheries, Forestry, and Agriculture in Newfoundland, Labrador, which came down not long ago. That fire has proved fairly active today, but for the most part, it remains west of the Bay d'Espoir Highway, which is closed right now. The TCH, I should add, around Paddy's Pond has reopened. And that fire has shown growth on the northeast and north flank, where they probably are doing most of the actioning today. The fire is, even though it's growing and there are some cabins that have been impacted, again, my heart goes out to all those directly impacted by this fire and any fires across the province right now, and for that matter, across the country. It's still about 16 miles or so, or about 25 kilometers south of the Trans-Canada Highway, so no immediate threat there, but there is a threat. It may cross the Bay d'Espoir Highway either later today or tomorrow, but Mother Nature is starting to help, unlike yesterday. Yesterday was an incredibly hot day across most of Newfoundland and Labrador. I mean, look at the temperatures there. Multiple record highs set across the island, across parts of Labrador as well, setting record highs. Look at Cartwright getting to almost 36 degrees yesterday, Wabush near 30 degrees, shattering old records. On top of that, we had some all-time monthly records set yesterday in Goose Bay, Cartwright, Deer Lake, and Churchill Falls. So those are the warmest temperatures ever recorded in the month of August. And that explains why these fires yesterday exhibited such extreme behavior. And even though it's warm today, they're not. It's not as warm. Now, it's still quite warm. 28 degrees as of 3:36 in St. John's, 27 in Badger, looking at 26 in Mary's Harbor. But there's the cold air in Wabush. You can see it there, 13 degrees. That is going to make its way across the rest of the province over the next couple of days. Thank goodness we can breathe a little bit of relief on that one. But it is muggy. We are almost in the muggies right now. Dew point in St. John's is 19 degrees. That puts the Humidex at 35. In Badger, the Humidex is 34. Yesterday in parts of Labrador, the Humidex was into the 40s. We take a look at the moisture in the air, and that is a telltale sign of the change in the weather pattern from a dry, hot one to a warm and muggy kind of weather pattern, and that moisture coming right up from the south. In fact, we have a pseudo kind of ex-tropical system working through, and I was hoping that bring us a little more rain, but it's not. But we are seeing some clouds, some showers, and even some thunder showers over parts of western Newfoundland right now. We are looking at some pretty good thunderstorms, as a matter of fact, at this hour, working through southwestern Newfoundland, just about to work into the Corner Brook area around Bay St. George, kind of as we speak. And if you want to track these yourself, you can do that on the app, which has live radar. You can get the Shear Weather app in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also seeing a few showers right now working their way through parts of Central, for the most part west of where the Martin Lake Fire is, west of Grand Falls, Windsor. Looks like not far from moving into Springdale and potentially over what looks to be, I think, the Pillies Island area. And then we're also seeing some very scattered showers right now over eastern Newfoundland, Burin, Avalon, Bonavista Vista peninsulas, which is a good thing. We may get a little more substantial rainfall, looks like later tomorrow. And future radar shows that rather well. By 6 a.m., that cold front is working through, so the activity we're seeing across western Newfoundland should kind of die off as we get into the evening. But tomorrow, as that cold front sweeps through, we'll see some showers and thunderstorms around central, some brief bits of heavy rain, and that will happen for eastern Newfoundland. Looks like tomorrow late day into the evening as that cold front sweeps through, and then behind it, we get some much cooler weather. Now, yesterday, this computer model was showing 30 plus millimeters of rain in St. John's, and I said, I don't think I wasn't going to hang my hat on it. And today, it's showing 3 millimeters, so I was kind of right in that one. But it is showing, 5 to 15 millimeters of rain for areas like Bay Roberts and Whitburn and out through Gander, Grand Falls, Windsor, and looks like potentially around the Martin Lake Fire area. But again, it looks more scattered than widespread. I'd love a real widespread rain event. Watch that cooler air sweep in overnight, and as we go throughout the day tomorrow going to be a cooler day in most of Labrador. Look at the afternoon temperatures. On the island tomorrow, central eastern areas are going to be warm again, low to mid-20s, maybe even briefly upper 20s. But tomorrow evening, the cold front sweeps through, and as we wake up Saturday morning, it's much more pleasant, much more comfortable, downright fall-like for at least a little while. There's your weekend forecast for Newfoundland, and we can see temperature Saturday going to be cool. We should see more sunshine by the afternoon after some morning showers and drizzle, especially in the north. But lots of sunshine overall Saturday, and again on Sunday we could use some rain, but the sun is, with the cooler temperatures, will help the fire suppression, I think, significantly. And into Labrador, we are going to see a bit of a warm-up on Sunday, but even as we look kind of into the longer range in Lab West, we're still pretty cool after Saturday, only low to mid-teens, so very kind of fall-like. We're getting into a very different pattern. Now for the island, yes, we're going to see temperatures staying into the teens and low 20s Saturday and Sunday, and back to the upper teens and low 20s next week, but no upper 20s and low 30s. That's certainly a very good thing. Now next week, you don't see any rain in the forecast, and for those of you who have been following the tropics, we're looking at tropical storms, soon to be Hurricane Erin, which has wind gusts this afternoon of 110 kilometers per hour. Now that is forecast to become a hurricane here in the next couple of days or less, and any storm that forms in this area climatologically may impact Newfoundland and Labrador and Atlantic Canada, but even climatology favors it's not likely. And as we take a look at the forecast track here over the next 5 days, it does begin to recurve. And the latest forecasts indicate that as it does near the area, it's going to pass to the southeast of Newfoundland and Labrador next week. That could still change, but that's what the computer guidance says right now, and I'll watch that closely, obviously, as we kind of go through time. I mentioned it earlier, but if you don't have the app, be sure to get it. Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and you can also find all the information on my website as well, shearweather.ca. Have a very good Wednesday evening. I'm tired. Have a very good Thursday evening, and I'll have my next update for you tomorrow morning as always. Thank you very much.